Greetings, discreet defenders. Today we're going to attempt to determine once and for all whether or not the Ruger Lite Rack needs to take a little trip back to the factory before it will reliably cycle 22 long rifle ammunition. Now, we're going to start off with the 40 grain Aguila Super Extras, and it has had good luck with these in the past. So we'll just run 3 quick mags, and then we'll switch to something a little more interesting. All right, there's a high feed. But we got them. That's all 10 on that mag. And all 10 on that mag. All right, seems to be doing pretty well with the Aguilas. Now, let's bust out the Velocitors. I managed to get my hands on 4 boxes of the CCI Velocitors. These are fantastic. No, these are a legendary 22 long rifle round. If these feed reliably in the Ruger Lite Rack, I think we'll have our carry round. Obviously, we'll have to pit them against the Stingers when they arrive. But I found these in a store locally. So we'll try 3 quick magazines of these next and see what happens. The only thing that gives me pause about the Velocitors is that they are a hollow point. So they might be more prone to feeding issues than the Aguilas, although I doubt it. Okay, so there's 10, and I cannot wait to find out if they're going to feed. So I'm just going to start with those first 10. Holy cow! That is a little bit more fun than the Aguilas, than the Super Extras. Now, Aguila makes a comparable load to this, and I would love to get a hold of some, but those CCIs, man. All right, we'll load up the other 2 magazines and then go. The case on these is brass, which might make them feed a little bit better in my particular LCP. Not sure why. All right, I cannot wait. I'm gonna have to I'll just go with 10. Now, I'm actually getting some powder residue blowback, kind of, sticking into my forehead. But that's 2 complete magazines with 0 feeding issues so far. And now we will we'll try the last magazine of the 3. But I think we've found our round for the little Ruger Lite Rack. There we go, that's 10. No, one high nose dive. 2 high nose dive. 3 high nose dive. Okay, so that magazine is not performing very well today. All right, let me see which magazine that is. That is, okay, no, that is not the magazine that I have considered the most reliable. That is one of the other 2. All right. I'm just going to, I'm going to load up the remaining 2 magazines and see if we get any more issues with these 2 magazines. Otherwise, I may just discard that magazine. Because my wife was saying she was having issues with one of the magazines the other day. And she wanted me to try to determine which one it was and remove it from her rotation. And I thought, nah, it's just random chance, random coincidence that you were having trouble with one. You had one jam with one of the 3 magazines, could have been any of them. But I just had 3 with one magazine, and I think that's also the magazine that didn't, that failed to feed that Aguila, although that's a little more random. You could have one feeding issue with any of these magazines, really. The way this Ruger is designed is, I would say, not as good as some of the others. There are some differences I've noted with the way these mags feed versus the other Rugers that I've encountered in my life, versus the other Ruger autos that I've fired. All right, so if we get these 2 magazines to work well, or to work reliably, then that's all we really need. Just need 2 functional magazines. All right, we'll drop that one down right there. All right, I'm having a little bit of trouble with my elbow rest here. But that's all 10. Maybe I will adjust my position just a bit on these last 10. That's all. Okay, so these 2 mags are working reliably right now. And those Velocitors from CCI are just tremendously powerful. Once again, I've been shooting the LCP II Lite Rack Edition, 22 long rifle. And I've been running CCI Velocitors, and before that, Aguila Super Extras. Both 40 grain 22 LR. One more test I want to do with the Velocitors. The velocity on the Velocitors so we'll bust open another box. I'll just throw 5 across there to be conservative about it. All right, there's 5. Switch that on. Let's reorient the chronograph and see if I can shoot across the top of it. 962. 1018, 1081, 988, 1057. Hot brass. 5-shot average, 1,021 feet per second. Not bad for a 40 grain bullet. Man, that's a pretty intense little round. I gotta say, I love the Velocitors. Thanks, folks. This has been Dave for DDR. Have a great week.